Well, guys, it's very disappointing to lose a game like that. I thought our guys played extremely hard, man. And when you look at the guys that we put out on the floor, I basically had a seven-man rotation, and then we were able to play AJ for a little bit. But those guys played their hearts out. It's unfortunate that we lost the game. This is a tough game, as any games are, to start your first game to play an ACC game. Great bright spots in the game. I thought Pat Andrews in the first half was really good. Jericho did a tremendous job in the second half. He played hard. He drew a couple charges. He was 7 for 7 from the free throw line. And then I thought C.J. Bryce made some great plays down the stretch. If we could have one or two possessions back, it would probably be a different outcome. But unfortunately, you don't get those back when you're playing a conference game. We talked about in the locker room, making plays, and one or two plays a different way, you have a different outcome. And unfortunately, give Georgia Tech credit. They finished the game and we didn't. So we'll move on. We'll get better from this. Hopefully we get some other guys back that'll get healthy, and we'll be a better basketball team. Questions?
Kevin, how many times did you tell your guys either the end of regulation or overtime just to find Banks, given what happened?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was a little different because it was weird because the ball bounced. I think we got at the end, we got a kind of a stop, and it bounced, and it ended up in Banks' hand. And, unfortunately, we fouled him, and I was hoping that he would miss both. He stepped up and he made both of those free throws. He's a good player, and he done a tremendous job. And when you look at his stat sheet, I thought he played great tonight. And we were playing him against a freshman who I thought did good early in the first half.
Can you provide any kind of status update on either Hill or Gary on either one?
Yeah, so Markel, about I would say 4 days, 5 days ago in practice, give or take, he came down on somebody's foot, and he's got a pretty good sprain. We wanted to be careful with him. Certainly, hopefully that, I don't know what his status will be for Sunday. We've got a day or two off this week that we're going to continue to get him treatment to figure out where he's going to go from that point on. With Darion's had a high ankle sprain, and it's been about 2 or 3 weeks, and it's a nagging injury that certainly we hope we can get better. The other thing on Darion is Darion will be this year, he will be an academic redshirt. He's been hurt, but we obviously try to appeal to the NCAA about it, and we lost the appeal. So he will be an academic redshirt this year, so he won't be available to play.
Coach, can you speak on? I'm sorry, I'm doing the microphone.
No,
Can you speak on the final sequence there? You guys having that?
Yeah, listen, it was a bang-bang play. I wish Devin would have had a chance to hold the ball. I thought we could have got fouled and got to the free throw line. But he saw Manny streaking and, passed the ball to him. And unfortunately, it hit his hands and went through it. Could have been a different outcome. But, obviously it's a situation that happens so quick, and you can't get it back.
Your thoughts on Manny tonight, Coach?
I thought Manny was good for his first time in the ACC game, and I thought, obviously when you look at the stat sheet, he's not going to be a big scorer for you, but I thought he did a good job defensively. Now, if you look at James Banks' stats, you would say, well, Manny didn't have a great defensive night, but I thought he did. I thought he came off and he helped on guys when guys got beat. You look at him, he had 5 blocks. I don't know how many. He had 7 rebounds. We challenged him to rebound the ball a little bit more, but he's going to be good. He's as talented as any young man that's a freshman at his size in this league, and I think he'll help us out a lot.
You were up 15 with about 4 minutes to go in the first half. What happened after that, and did it have anything to do with Braxton coming out of the game with the 3 fouls?
Well, our bench got shorter. Braxton had 3 fouls, but he went down, and we thought it was a possibility that he wasn't going to come back in the game. When he fell underneath the table and he kind of, hit his hand, we didn't know if he was going to come back in. But I thought it changed a little bit. I thought I'm one of the coaches that believe that early leads really never hold up. So I knew that they were going to make a run. I thought we did a great job making shots early, but they closed the half pretty good.
I don't know if you had planned going into the season to have Helms play for 3 and Andre at the 4, but it worked really well tonight.
Yeah, it was good. And it's funny because we had 5 guys on the floor. I looked out there a couple times. I told the assistant coaches we've had 5 guys on the floor that we've only had in practice maybe once or twice together. And so, you know, we were in a different situation than we normally would be. But that's, you know, I'm not one, you'll never hear me complain or cry about injuries because I always think that injuries are part of the game. We just had a short bench tonight.
On offense, did you get looks that you were hoping for there at the end of regulation and then overtime?
Yeah, I thought we got some looks. I thought we pressed a little bit at the end, and that when you get to that situation, it comes down more to when you might not have a pure point guard on the floor. So different guys are trying to make plays that obviously you wouldn't have if you had somebody that was a little bit more of a distributor on the floor at the same time.
What are your thoughts on playing an ACC opponent so early in the season?
You know, I love it for our league. I think if anybody, when you look around college basketball, opening night, you know, we had, I think, 3 ACC games. You look at the games that Duke and Kansas played, and I thought it was good for, you know, just college basketball for everybody to open up with a Power 5 opponent. But it's tough. You know, if I won the game, I'd be a little bit more happy. And now I don't want to open with the season with a ACC opponent again.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.